Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure vehicle review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batcycle from the upcoming Flash film. This is a Batcycle driven by Ben Affleck in the Flash trailer. I ordered mine from the McFarlane toy store, so let's take a look. The Flash DC Multiverse Batcycle, ages 12 plus. Here it is in package. I can see a collector's card in the background. Flash, McFarlane toys. One side, Flash, Batcycle. On the back, you can see a drawing of the Ben Affleck Batman driving the Batcycle. At the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there's its barcode, in case it helps anybody. So no further ado, let's open it up. And I did end up getting 3 of these things, and as I look to my right, my wife's giving me the shittiest look right now. I got 3 of them, one of which to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection, and I got 2 to open, one for Michael Keaton, one for Ben Affleck. And here's a look at all the different Batcycles McFarlane has made so far. They've made a bunch of different varieties. I'm surprised we didn't get the Batpod from the Dark Knight trilogy, or a Batcycle from Gotham Knights. Alright, now that we have this vehicle out of the package, here it is with all of its accessories laid out. It doesn't come with any traditional accessories, simply a collector's card. Before we take a look at that, let's talk about and check out the actual Batcycle. So this is the Batcycle. This is part of Ben Affleck's armory for the DC Cinematic Universe. It looks pretty cool in the trailer. The vehicle itself is pretty nice. It feels thick and sturdy. It doesn't need a display stand to stand up like some of the other McFarlane vehicles, and I appreciate that. So let's take a look. So, it looks like it has some cannons or guns on the side. The double tires on the front, its signature sort of look. They do spin, they're rubbery. Now, for some reason I had in my head these tires would be a little bit, I don't know, separated, maybe able to move independently. But I guess I kind of held this bar a little too high. Handlebars, looks good. Kind of done in a military green here and a lot of black in the rest of the bike. You can see the pedals down here. Rear wheel also spins. It's a singular wheel in the back, and that is accurate to the film. Here's the seat. Overall, it looks pretty cool. Really doesn't have any action features besides the 2 wheels that spin, or I guess 3 wheels. So, good looking bike. Nice Batcycle for the newest film. Now let's look at the collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Batfleck driving the Batcycle, just like on the packaging. Batcycle from the Flash. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And here are both of these Batcycles out of the package. And just a closer look at some of the details on this Batcycle. Notice the green is not all one color. There's some different shades on there. It also has some weathering. Looks like this Batcycle's been around for a while. It's been through some stuff. Kind of dirty, maybe even a little damaged. Here's a closer look at the front of the Batcycle, the back of the Batcycle, and a side view of the Batcycle. Now let's check out the measurements of this thing. As far as how long it is, from front to back, about 12.5 inches long. As far as how tall it is, about 4.5 inches tall. And as far as how wide it is, from one side to the other, about 3.5 inches wide. So now let's put some action figures onto this thing. This Batcycle is intended for the Ben Affleck Batman, Batfleck. Here's the version wearing the tactical suit from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I really hope McFarlane will eventually give us a traditional Ben Affleck Batman in his regular suit. And the suit he's wearing in The Flash looks completely different from both these versions. And from what I've seen, the action figure doesn't look that much like what we saw in the trailer. But I haven't seen the film yet, so I'll save my judgment. And I don't have that figure yet either, for that matter. So for now, this is going to have to do. Let's see how this guy fits onto that Batcycle. Here's this Batfleck on top of the Batcycle. I sure hope the new Batfleck figure has wider hands. It was so hard to get his hands onto these handlebars. You know what? He does look pretty good. Figure on there. Head looking forward pretty nicely. Holding the handlebars. Feet are on the pedals. Cape flowing in the wind. Now this is a McFarlane DC Multiverse vehicle, but I really wanted to check it out next to a Michael Keaton Batman. I don't have McFarlane's version yet, although I'm hoping to get him in the next few days. Here's this Batcycle next to a NECA Michael Keaton 1989 Batman. It's a fantastic Michael Keaton figure. I wanted to see how this guy fit onto the Batcycle. Here's the NECA Michael Keaton Batman on this Batcycle. He fits okay. Of course, his head can't look forward as he has no neck articulation, just like in the older film. And if you look at his legs, they're close to the pedals, but not quite there. Still, it's fudgeable. And here are both these Batmen driving their Batcycles together. Unfortunately, I don't believe there's going to be a scene even remotely like this in the film. As I understand it, they don't interact even one time, which is disappointing, but understandable, as Barry Allen is really the only one who can travel between the different multiverses. Now I wanted to check out some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures on this Batcycle. Here's the Hush Batman, arguably one of McFarlane's largest Batman figures on this thing. He can hold the handlebars. Head doesn't really have the ability to look up very good, as a limited neck articulation. Feet hit the pedals, maybe even a little too big, but I can bend his knees a little more. Overall, it's a decent fit, and looks pretty good, except that he's looking down. And here's the three Jokers Batman on this thing. Another large Batman, similar to the Hush Batman, sharing a lot of the same parts. He just doesn't look quite as good. Once again, he's looking down. The legs, I could do a little better job with that. He can't hold on to the one handlebar. I don't know, it just feels like he's not quite gripping onto the seat the way I want him to. Here's the Arkham City Batman on this Batcycle. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. His head's looking a little bit too far down. I don't know, he just sort of fits onto the seat pretty nicely. Legs stick out a little bit, but I like it. Here's the Arkham Knight Batman on this thing. I also think he looks pretty good. Holds the handlebars. Head looking forward pretty nicely. Legs about where they're supposed to be. Cape flowing in the wind. Here's the Rebirth Batman on the Batcycle. He's a little bit smaller than the other ones. Hand fits the right place. I don't actually put his gripping hand onto the handlebar as it's so tight and small. Legs a little bit smaller, but gets pretty good close to the pedals. Cape flowing in the wind. Figure looks up a decent amount, although it's definitely not perfect. Here's the Robert Pattinson Batman from The Batman on this Batcycle. He actually fits pretty good, and visually, I think it's a pretty nice match. Handles on the handlebar, feet in the right place, cape not hitting the tire. And here's the Christian Bale Batman from the Dark Knight trilogy riding this Batcycle. I also think it looks pretty good. Looks forward. Just looks like something he could potentially ride, sort of a realistic vehicle. Feet in the right place, cape's not touching the tire. Here's Nightwing on this Batcycle. He fits pretty good. I didn't put his hands on the handlebars as his hands are super tight gripping hands. Looks forward a decent amount, not perfect. Here's the new 52 Red Hood on this Batcycle. It looks good, style-wise. He could look forward a little bit better, but it's not too bad. Legs, yeah, they can break it down the pedal a little better than that. Overall, decent match. Here's the Gotham Knights Red Hood on this bike. Fits as good as the Ben Affleck Batman. Those two fit the best on it so far. Now, style-wise, looks good on this bike. He can look forward perfect. Sits up nicely. Legs are on the pedals. Match made in heaven here. And now, here's the Arkham Knight Red Hood on this Batcycle. He looks good on it, but he can't look forward at all. He's looking straight down at the bike. For that reason, I'd say it doesn't work. Let's look at Tim Drake Robin on this Batcycle. He feels like he's a little bit too small for it. He doesn't look forward properly. I didn't put his hands on the handlebars. It can be done, but they're very tight. Feet aren't bad. Cape's good. Here's Batgirl on the Batcycle. This is Batgirl from the Three Joker storyline. Now, she's just a little bit too small for the Batcycle. Arms don't quite fit to the handlebars. She looks forward good enough. Feet aren't bad. But like I said, arms aren't quite long enough. And then Damian Wayne on this thing. He's way too small. Arms aren't long enough to hold the handlebars. Feet aren't long enough to hit the pedals. But I can definitely see Damian Wayne trying to take one of these Bat bikes out for a spin. Here's a look at the Ben Affleck Batman riding through the streets of Gotham. Here's a look at the Flash running alongside Batman. I assume the Flash is going to help him in that scene we saw in the trailer. Here's the two of them going down the streets at the same time. The Flash is going to be way faster than the Batcycle. Here's a look at both the Ben Affleck Batman and the Michael Keaton Batman, both driving these Batcycles down the streets of Gotham. The dynamic duo indeed. Now let's check it out. Next to a bunch of other Batman vehicles. Starting off with a bunch of other Batman Batcycles and motorcycles. Here's the McFarlane Flash Batcycle. Next to McFarlane White Knight Batcycle. And I got 4 of those White Knight Batcycles for the entire Bat family. And here it is. Next to McFarlane's the Batman Batcycle. And I got 2 of those Batcycles because I found the second one on some incredible cheap clearance. And here it is. Next to McFarlane's the Batman Drifter Motorcycle. And I also got 2 of these motorcycles. Also got the second one at a clearance price. I gave the extra one to my NECA T800 Terminator. And here, next to McFarlane's Death Metal Batcycle. Here are all of the McFarlane DC Multiverse Batcycles. Like I said before, I'm really surprised they didn't make a Batpod or a Batcycle from Gotham Knights. Here it is, next to the DC Direct Batman the Animated Series Batcycle. I also got 3 of these to give to Batman, Robin, and Nightwing. And here, next to 3 different versions of the Batpod. The one on the left is Mattel, then Mafex, then SH Figure Arts. Here it is, next to an older Kenner Skywing Street Bike. And here, with a couple of Mattel 6-inch scale Batcycles. The one on the left is from Justice League, the one on the right from the Batman Missions line. Then, next to a couple of Mattel Brave and the Bold Batcycles. And here, with a couple of 1966 Batcycles. The one on the left is Hot Wheels, the one on the right, McFarlane. Here, next to a Toy Biz 1989 Batcycle. Then, with a Mattel Justice League Batmobile. Now let's check it out. Next to some other motorcycles that I give to some of the Batman allies and sidekicks. Here it is, next to a Mezco Judge Dredd Lawmaker. I give this to Nightwing. Kinda has a bird logo on the front. And now, next to a DC Direct Batgirl motorcycle. I typically use this for Huntress. Then, next to an older Kenner Batman and Robin, Robin's Redbird motorcycle. I use this for Red Robin. And here, next to a Hasbro Marvel Legends Black Widow motorcycle. I give this to Batwoman. And here, next to a Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified motorcycle that came with Baroness, I give this to Red Hood. Now let's check it out. Next to some other Flash vehicles. Here it is, next to the Spin Master 12-inch scale Batwing. Works great for your 6 and 7-inch scale figures. Another addition to this Batcycle, McFarlane's also making the Batmobile and Batwing for the movie, and I can't wait to get those. Now to check it out, next to some other Ben Affleck Batman DC Cinematic Universe Batman vehicles from his armory. Here it is, next to the Batmobile. This is the Mattel DC Multiverse version. And here it is, next to Mattel's Justice League the Flying Fox, which is a massive vehicle, too big to fit into this even giant Batcave. And now, next to Mattel's 6-inch scale Nightcrawler from Justice League. And I don't know if you guys remember, but at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, you got to see the Ben Affleck Batman onto the giant Bat Tank. This Bat Tank is actually not from Zack Snyder's Justice League, but from Batman The Dark Knight Returns. So I guess here's this Batcycle, next to a custom Bat Tank for Batman The Dark Knight Returns. Now let's check it out. Next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse vehicles. Here are all the different Batcycles McFarlane has made so far. And here it is, next to the Bat Raptor, their first Bat vehicle. And finally, here it is, next to both versions of McFarlane's Batmobeast. Now let's check it out, next to some Batman figures from different various companies, so we can see how it fits in, both scale and style-wise. In case you don't know which Batman figures you can work with this cycle. We've already checked it out with plenty of McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures on the bike. And here are a bunch of different DC Direct and DC Collectibles Batman figures next to this bike. Here's the DC Direct Arkham Knight Batman on this thing. Fits good. No way I'm getting those hands onto the handlebars. Then, next to some NECA Batman figures. Here's the NECA comic Batman on this Batcycle. Fits pretty good. Here's a Batcycle with several different Mezco 112 Collective Batman figures. Here's the Mezco Darkest Dawn Supreme Knight Batman on this Batcycle. Fits okay. Arms aren't quite long enough to hit the handlebars. This looks very similar to the Ben Affleck suit from the trailer. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse Batman figures. Here's the Mattel DC Multiverse Rebirth Batman on this Batcycle. I mean, he fits, but he's a little bit too small. The arms don't reach the handlebars, but it's fudgeable if you'd like. And now, here are some Mafex Batman figures next to this bike. Here's the Mafex Batfleck on this bike. Actually, it works better than I would have expected. And finally, here are some SH Figure Arts Batman figures next to this motorcycle. And here's the SH Figure Arts Batfleck on this bike. He's definitely too small for it, but once again, works a lot better than I expected. So overall, this is a pretty cool Batcycle. It's a normal, regular looking Batcycle, and I'm really happy to add to my Batman Armory. It's actually from the Batman Armory from the DC Cinematic Universe. It looks good, like an all-purpose bike. It is a little bit basic as far as the action features go. You really just have the wheels that can spin. That is about it. But the detail is pretty nice. It feels very sturdy. Maybe a little bit light and hollow, but not entirely that way. The paint job is excellent. Sculpting is good. If I were to rate this thing, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm teetering toward an 8. It's a nice vehicle, and it works with a wide variety of Batman figures. Can't wait to get the rest of the Flash figures. So far, I only have the Flash and this Batcycle, and there's a ton more stuff coming in the next few days. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure vehicle and action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.